everyone. Welcome back to the Girls Who Eat, Breathe, and Dream Motorsport. I'm Danique. I'm joined by Jamie, and today we are joined once again by Mona. Welcome.
Hi,
So,
thank you so much.
so we'll quickly get into what happened in motorsport this past week, because it's been a busy week, motorsport-wise. So it's the week after the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix and the St. Petersburg Grand Prix in IndyCar. I believe that's the name of it. So in IndyCar, Malukas, of course, was still out, and Callum Ilott actually replaced him this weekend, and he ended up driving to a P13, which leaves him in P13 currently for the championship, while Joseph Newgarden has won the race. Then in F1, we had some chaos at the start of the weekend, while Carlos Sainz was diagnosed with appendicitis and had to go into surgery. And Ollie Behrman thus stepped in as a Ferrari reserve driver. He qualified in P11 and ended up finishing the race in P7, which is an incredible performance. And he also got voted driver of the day by at least 45%. And on the podium, we had Max Verstappen once again with Checo Perez and Charles Leclerc. And we had a rain of penalties for Kevin Magnussen, while he was holding off every backfield car for Nico Hülkenberg. We had a gearbox issue for Pierre at the start of the race, even before the race actually started. So he barely drove one lap. And we had Stroll in the wall after hitting the wall a corner earlier, which broke the steering rod, which is very unfortunate. Then in Formula 2, we had Oliver Behrman take pole position on the Friday. However, he lost the position and the points to Kushmaini as he had to step up to Formula 1. And if someone withdraws from a race weekend in that way, he also loses the points or position that he already scored. During the sprint race, it was Richard Verschoor who finished first. However, he did not get to keep this position, as both him and his teammate Roman Stanek were disqualified due to issues with their throttle map. So Dennis Hauger has inherited the win, and Paul Aron and Enzo Fittipaldi take P2 and P3. And Enzo Fittipaldi had another amazing weekend because he took the win in the feature race, while Kushmaini and Jake Dennis got P2 and P3. And for P3, it was actually nearly a photo finish between Dennis Hauger, Jack Crawford, and Amory Cordial, which was very nerve-wracking, if I say so. And then we had F1 Academy, where Dorian Pain had driven a mighty weekend. She had crossed the line with the fastest time in FP1, FP2. No, not FP2. FP1, the qualifying, and she won the first race. She also crossed the line first in the second race. However, due to her not seeing the checkered flag and the team not communicating to her that the race was finished, she drove an extra lap full race pace after the race had already been finished, which has given her a 20-second penalty, which was a drive-through penalty converted to 20 seconds after the race. So on the podium, the first race we had Dorian Pain, Abby Pulling, and Maya Wig. And for the second race, the top three were Abby Pulling, Maya Wig, and Rea Marti. Lola Lovinfos had received a 5-place grid penalty post-race as she was fully blamed for the crash with Leah Block after she had hit the back of Nerea Marti. And Amna Alkabeshi got a 5-second penalty post-race as she was seen leaving the track and gaining an advantage during an overtake on Aurelia Nobles. And this week, it's once again race week with the FE Sao Paulo E-Prix. This race has made its way onto the Formula E calendar for the first time last season. It was where we saw Robin Freins make his return after his injury. And last time out, Stoffel van Doorne took pole position, while Mitch Evans went home with the gold. It's the home race for two of the drivers, being Sergio Sette Camara and Lucas Di Grassi. The track has a length of 2.93 kilometers with only 11 turns, so it's going to be a very interesting race to watch once again. Yeah, that's the news that happened in motorsport, basically, mostly this weekend.
Yes.
Was a lot, but it was very exciting and very nerve-wracking. What did you think of the weekend, Mona?
And that was only on-track news, so that's crazy. First of all, how can we appreciate how beautiful you say everyone's name? I was like, oh, that's how you say their last name. I was like, oh, it sounded so nice. First of all, it was still an adjustment to think that everything was pushed by a day. I was like, oh wait, it's qualifying today, and then Saturday the race. My brain just can't comprehend that. Although we had that last weekend, I was like, oh, okay. Even with the F1 Academy race, the first one, I got out to shower and I was like, oh, just kidding, it's on like now. Like I have to watch it. I was like, that was a bit confusing, but overall, crazy. I mean, in general, that someone new comes into F1 right now, it was such a fresh air because I was already done with the season after the first race, to be honest. I was like, okay, great. But now something exciting happens again, and that was really crazy to see all of that. So
it was
I was
insane.
really thankful for that. Like, sorry for Carlos, and I felt really bad, but at least for us, that was really exciting because something else happened on track.
Yeah, the only thing that was going through my mind was, I think I've seen this film before and I didn't like the ending. Because I'm a Nick de Vries fan. But at the same time, I'm very proud for Ollie to have done that performance. Like, he overtook Hulkenberg. He did incredibly well battling with or keeping Norris and Hamilton behind him. I mean, Hamilton is gonna have that seat next year, and he kept him behind. So I was very proud of that. But it was very interesting to see the race fold out, both strategy-wise, but especially just on-track action, because there was a lot of it, and I was like, there's things happening there. Why are you focusing the camera on there? And then McLaren, that in that one specific camera, kept looking red.
I know. That was so irritating. Like, no, that's so wrong.
I was like, if it was the lighting, we would have seen it in other parts of the track,
Yeah,
but it was
definitely the
only
camera.
that camera.
Yes, and the funny thing about that was at some point I called the car Audi. I don't know why, but in my head I said Audi, and I was like, oh no, that's a McLaren. But it was so funny because
But Audi!
When they showed the car from Audi, it kind of looked like that. So my mind went to Audi, and I was like, that's not even possible.
We're already living in the future, so.
Oh yes, but that was so funny.
That was very interesting indeed, but I'm very excited because I hope that the rest of the season it keeps like relatively tight. Of course, Red Bull is in another league, but that's also just Max is just in another league at the moment. And as Hamilton said in an interview, we've had the Schumacher dominance, we've had the Mercedes/Hamilton dominance. It's time for someone else's dominance. We've had Seb be at the front of the field. In F1, it's more likely than not that you have some kind of dominance. Of course, it depends like how big the gap is, but based on the team that they have building the car, I think it's very difficult for everyone to catch up properly to them.
Yeah, that is true. But in spite of that, it was still a relatively exciting race, like you said.
Yeah.
So at least we have that to look forward to, which is exciting as well, but still you would want to see the fights. Like,
that's why we watch Formula E.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, in Formula E, you never know who's winning. Like, one race it could be Nick Cassidy, and then the next it's Jake Dennis, then it's Pascal Wehrlein. Who knows? An app might take a pole position again if it rains. So, like, that's the thing with Formula E, based both on
Yeah.
the qualifying format, but also on the race format, and the fact that the cars are very similar to each other. You never know
Yeah,
who's
that's
winning.
huge. Yeah, that is true. But
But
also now talking about Formula 2, I was not aware that you would lose all points. I was just not aware of that because I don't know when the last time exactly that situation where qualifying was already driven by an F2 driver and then he got into F1. That's just, I mean, of course you have to take that opportunity, but to just think where he's in the standing right now in F2 and like his
yeah,
actual series, like, what? Yeah.
but the thing is, like, there was an interview post-race with F1 TV with Oliver, and he said, I'm doing 12 out of 14 rounds. As in, like,
Oh, yeah.
weekends.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's 14 weekends with each 2 races. He's missed 1 now. The question is, where will he miss the other? Because he said 12 out of 14. So either
Maybe
he
he did the
missed
math wrong.
yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised because they're racing drivers for a reason. But on the on the other hand, I'm curious to see if he actually will miss another race.
Mm-hmm. I don't
But
know
I
what
guess
he
we have
already
to wait.
signed up for.
Yeah, that's what I that's what I was thinking. But I guess we have to wait and see. But yeah,
Yeah, no,
besides
it's
that,
yeah.
I didn't know about the points, losing the points either until I read about it, that the points went to Kush. So I was
Yeah,
very
no.
confused.
But I mean, to be fair, he lost the pole last race weekend, so at least he got
Exact. That's what everyone was saying. That's what commentary was even saying. So
It was
a
funny because
win
I
is a
saw
win.
he got pole, and then because his brother drives in DTM, so I know him. I was like texting his brother, I was like, "Oh my God, it's so great!" He's like, "Oh no, he just lost it." I was like, "Oh, just kidding. He screwed up. Sorry." But then this weekend, all good again. It was like, whew,
Yeah,
redeemed himself.
exactly. I'm very proud of him, especially he's an Alpine Academy driver, but he's also the Mahindra reserve and
Yes.
test driver, I believe. So there's actually a chance that he might have to step in the Berlin race in May, because Nick is gonna be missing the first race definitely, but the second race, oh, that's another news thing that I forgot. There was a report that their double header of Formula E are considered one event. So if someone is missing the first race, they are not allowed to drive in the second race.
Mm.
But the FIA and Formula E are looking to possibly change that because of Berlin, because it would be Nico Müller, um, Robin Freins, Nick de Vries, and Sebastian Buemi, who have WEC as their priorities. So I guess we have to wait and see what happens there, but we might not see them in Berlin after all, which
But
will
then it's
be
exciting to
interesting.
see a lot of new faces. That's crazy.
But I guess we have to
Wow.
wait and see there. And yeah, then we have, of course, F1 Academy, which honestly, I still stand by the fact that Dorian Pa should have gotten a grid penalty for next race, because I remember it reading it that Ragunatan or something like that did the same a couple of years back in F2, and he got a grid penalty for the next race. So if they were to follow that precedent, then she should have gotten a grid penalty for a next race instead of the drive-through penalty. I am happy that they are not shying away from penalties though, even though it's like the first single-seater class that most of the girls have driven in. But it's incredible to see that the rookies, as in Doria and Maya, were doing so incredibly well this weekend. I don't
But
know how you
honestly, I feel like
experience it.
even before the weekend, it was clear that Dorian would dominate. I mean, just from her experience and everything. I feel like, yes, marketing wise, it makes completely sense. And then like the connection with Red Bull that she is doing F1 Academy, Red Bull, sorry, Mercedes, that she is doing F1 Academy. But when she was announced, I was like, what are you even doing here? Like, not to be rude, but she had crazy success with what she's doing already. And I mean, to be fair, she started single seater. She just did like LMP stuff and GT stuff because that's where the opportunities are. So it makes sense that she maybe like wants to go back. Of course, but I feel like she would be Freka ready already. Freka ready
Yeah.
already, yes. You know, but like I get it because there's so much more money and sponsorship and support. And if she actually gets all the Mercedes support, I get it. But it's like it blew my mind. I was like, yeah, this season's also
Yeah,
done.
but
Sorry.
Yeah.
Freka
Okay.
wise, I know that in previous years, also last year, there was like something for the teams to promote a they could drive a fourth car on the grid if they were to add a female driver in that seat. That's why Maya was doing Freka. However,
Mhm.
now that F1 Academy is more of a thing, that no longer is a rule. That rule got removed. So that is most likely the reason why she's in F1 Academy, because sponsorship wise, people are more likely to sponsor
Mhm.
male
Exactly.
drivers to drive in FRECA or Formula 2 or Formula 3 than they are to drive female drivers. And
Yeah. I feel
from
like, yeah.
the conversation we had with Jeff Dodds a couple of weeks back, he actually said that 1.5% of the FIA super licenses, only 1.5% were held by women.
Yeah. That's insane. I can see that, yeah.
And there's
I
over
don't
2 I believe over 2 million licenses in that.
It's just crazy. I just feel like without F1 Academy, at least people like Doria would have not returned to single seater right now. So it is exciting that they get
Doria,
the chance.
Leah Block,
Yeah.
she was the youngest driver in Extreme E.
Yeah, no, she's amazing. Like I was so excited that she joined. She's like on top of my list as well because she's such an interesting, well-rounded driver already at her age, which is so exciting to see. And of course, you need to get the experience, but I feel like yeah, an exciting person to watch.
Yeah, like
Didn't watch that much this weekend, but
she's driven rally, she's driven Extreme E,
Mhm.
she's driven Nitro Cross at only 17-year-old. And I was like, it's insane. And it's incredible that so many drivers are interested in F1 Academy. But at the same
Mhm.
time, I'm like, is it the smartest move? I get why they do it, because single seaters, but at the same time, I'm like, you're already such an established driver. Why
Oh, for them, you mean?
the change?
Yeah, I get it. I think the connection with the F1 teams is a huge catch for them because otherwise, where would you get that experience that or like that chance? Of course, I mean Maya had it already, but in generally speaking, it's
But Maya also was because of the Rising Star
yeah, exactly. That's what I
competition.
mean. Yeah. And I mean, wasn't that the first year where Doria was also like amongst the top people? Yeah. And that's how she kind of got a connection with like Iron Dames and all of that. So in general, I feel like they're like, okay, somehow that helped our career, so might as well try it again. So, but I agree with you. For me, it was like a question was like, what are you doing there? But if you really look deeper into it, and if it's not just about driving, but money and all of that thing, I
Yeah.
think it makes sense.
Yeah, and I mean, Doria is still driving in WEC at the same time.
Yeah.
Because she's still with the Iron Dames in WEC. She dripped the 1812 kilometers of Qatar not too long ago. So it's very exciting, very interesting.
But that is
to
important.
see
I feel
the
like if you, yeah.
especially to see the combination of the championships.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like if she would have dropped all of that, that would have been a bit concerning. But to try to juggle it both, yeah, it's important for her. Yeah, but it's really interesting. I thought it was crazy that everyone was like, "Oh, she's so great," and she actually delivered, minus that last part, which, yeah, well, that was really
Yeah,
interesting.
with the last part, I'm like, it's a combination of both her fault and the team's fault. Well,
Yeah, and
of
people
course,
argued that the flag wasn't
it wasn't
perfectly executed, but
it wasn't
I
out
saw, I
great, but
watched
at the
it.
same time, on the one hand, I'm
Yeah,
like, if Abby could see the flag,
yeah,
then why couldn't Dorian? Because they were very close
yeah.
within
It's
very
like
close
tunnel
distance
vision.
for each other. But at the same time, why did Prema not communicate it to Dorian? And normally there's yellow flags at Sector 1 right after the checkered flag has been waved. And I did not see that.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I mean. Of course, if you see all the comments, everyone is just furious. But I mean, that's fans. Obviously, you're like, if you don't think about, okay, it's actually dangerous, there needs to be consequence, of course. And I like that there's so much passion and people are like, what? That's outrageous. But if you really think about it, like you said, I agree with if there's been another case where they handle it differently, I feel like also the people would have reacted differently. So I don't
Yeah.
know how the thought process is, and I don't know how transparent that one is because a lot of times with penalties, even if one, there's some penalties that are straightforward, and other ones you're like, why? Why is it 10 seconds now? Why is it drive through now? So
That's
that
what
is a
I
bit
was
like,
thinking as well with the penalties for K-Mag.
Oh,
Because
yes.
the things he was getting penalties for are normally 5 seconds. All of a sudden he was getting 10 seconds here, 10 seconds there. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, what's going on, you know?
Yes, I had Sky commentary, and they were saying, yeah, that's a bit harsh, 10 seconds. Normally it's just 5.
Yeah, that's the same with the F1 TV commentary that I was listening to. They were like,
Yeah.
normally that's not 10 seconds, that's normally 5 seconds. But they also said maybe because it's a street circuit and there's so little runoff area that they might have to penalize harder because it has bigger consequences. But normally they don't look at consequences, they only look
I
at the
know.
action.
Yeah.
But
Which,
it's
thing.
it's the FIA. Sometimes I don't trust them anymore.
Sometimes.
Only sometimes.
No, always.
It's
Like most of
crazy.
the time.
The other
No,
thing
but
in F1, yes, or no, you go ahead, sorry.
no, but with the FIA, it's with everything. It's not only F1. Sometimes other series, I'm like, what are you doing there? But also
No, for
with the
real.
Lander and the jump start thing. That
Yeah.
took them 12 rounds. Like, how?
I don't know. And then the fact that he did not get penalized.
It was clearly a jump start. If you look from when they were saying you need to pass the yellow line, that was what Seco at the end was telling. So then if you look from George's place, he was just over there.
Yeah.
And you see in the interviews, he kind of even knew. He's like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, but
it's so
that's what I
random.
was saying. Like, sometimes I really feel like the FIA, especially in F1, is playing favorites on who to penalize and who not to penalize. And the way I've seen it was in the past with Mercedes versus Red Bull versus Ferrari, where Mercedes would never get the penalties, but Red Bull and Ferrari always would seem to get the penalties for the same exact things.
I feel like especially now that is that one guy still under investigation for like like the FIA president. Like even now you should be extra cautious. Like everything is I don't even know. Like what?
I mean, the FIA is under fire. Red Bull has chaos. I guess we have to wait and see where everything is going team-wise, but that's a whole different story. Because, yeah, I don't even want to begin. I don't even know where to start with that, because things that might be true, might not be true, have been leaked to the public. Horner and Helmut Marko have been fighting with each other. Horner has lost the support of basically everyone at Red Bull because everyone is backing Marko. Even I remember seeing this article that the Thai investors or something in Red Bull, they were originally backing Horner, but now they were stopping with backing Horner and they were gonna back the Austrian stable instead, and the Austrian home field. And I was like,
Yeah.
I've lost the plot.
Yeah,
It's
but
happening,
that's
but
the thing. Yeah.
I'm
But
like,
that's the thing with like those, like, why is there so much leaking of probably not even real information? Like, that made everything so much worse. And I feel like the Dutch and the German media, all us, we were like the worst at this. Like, what was going on? I saw so many, everything was blown out of proportion, and both sides received so much hate for what we don't really. I mean, I have my opinion, but I mean, we don't have facts, and I don't. I mean, I get that's what the tabloids are there for, but it's different if you leak something like Lewis Hamilton goes to Ferrari, or something that's actually serious like this, where there's so much speculation and actual lives behind both sides. Like, which is like, that was the worst thing. Regardless of what happens, I feel like the first time something was announced, I just knew we will never know the truth anyways. I mean,
exactly. I was like,
and then that
we
kind
may
of everything
speculate,
leaking,
but
that's so awful. And we don't even know if it's true. And some people take it completely as truth. Other say, oh no, he was cleared. Like, what are you even saying? Everything is AI generated. Like, there's so many opinions and nothing is based on facts, which is so annoying.
I'm skeptical about the whole thing. Like, I've shared my criticism in private, but I'm like, we don't know what's true. We don't know the entirety of the situation. I was talking to someone about it the other day, and we were like, most likely she also had some part in starting it. Otherwise, it wouldn't go on for as long as it's rumored to have gone on for.
But we don't even know what we're talking about. Are we just talking about an affair, a flirty text? Like, we know what people think we're talking about, but what is actually, like.
And like, then I was scrolling through TikTok, and someone was like, "Oh, did you know the story of how Christian Horner and Jerry Halliwell actually ended up together? Apparently, Christian Horner was married, and she was with child, while he then started hooking up with Jerry or something. And I was like, what even is going on? What is going on in the House of Commons?
I know that story, but I don't remember who introduced them to each other, because that's how it started. The whole thing. I was like, I don't know what happened now, but I know that he is not as nice as the people think he is. He's not like an angel.
He's not an angel, but she was definitely not an angel either.
No.
And I think, like, there's always two sides to a story.
Oh yeah.
And in this case, we most likely never will hear both sides or even either side. I do think the way that all the drivers were asked about it and their responses, they are PR trained for a reason. There is a reason why they give the responses that they give. Everyone was blowing up on Twitter and everywhere, like saying, "Oh, these drivers, they're disrespectful and stuff." And I'm like, you're talking about the most privileged white cishet males. Did you think there was something useful going on in that brain? I mean, I remember this interview from Daniel in 2021 in Saudi, and he lost all my respect with that interview. And
That
people
yeah.
saying, "Oh yeah, he's a great driver and he is great for women." No, he's not. He does not care. And he's shown that in that interview already, and then he's shown it again in the interview
Yeah.
here.
People, that's what I always keep saying to people, like, stop, like, you can love the sport, you can have your favorite drivers, but like stop putting them on a crazy high pedestal, because most of them grew up in the 1%. They don't have to do a lot. Like, not to say you can't be a fan, but like,
At
they're not
least hold
these
them accountable.
people there that love you. Like, sorry, like, you know, like, I probably don't even care that, like, you know, like, I'm sorry, but that's just how it is. Yeah, I don't know. And I feel like with that thing, a lot of people forget that, especially F1, so many people are tied in crazy contracts with non-disclosure agreements, what they can or cannot say. They don't all have the privilege, like, to be like Helmut Marko, to say whatever the frick he wants.
I
And
mean, they have NDAs, they have contracts with sponsors, but also with the teams themselves. They have PR briefings and media briefings before
Exactly.
even the weekend starts. They
I still
have
feel like, yeah. I
the
mean, what
teams
I
get
said about
questions
situation,
often what they
yeah.
get.
The thing is, I still feel like you could have said it in a PR safe way, but
Yeah.
still acknowledge, like, not to say about the situation, because
This,
no one wants
this
anyone
the
to comment about something where there's no facts. Yeah.
the way James Vowles has phrased it was the right way to do it.
Perfect.
The way the other I do think part of it is probably life experience, where James, of course, is not in that bubble that the drivers are in as much, as he started first as a strategist and then became team principal later on, or engineer, I think he was.
Yeah.
Because I remember the Valtteri James. But like, the thing is, people need to realize they're in a bubble, the F1 bubble. It's tight. They don't do much outside of that. I mean, look at Max. Even when he gets home, he's going on the sim and going racing.
I love it. Yeah.
I mean, I think it was Sunday or something, and he was streaming a line, and I was like, dude, yesterday you drove a race. Why are you racing again on iRacing?
I
But
love it. Yeah. Yeah.
people forget how privileged they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good thing. I just feel like what kind of annoyed me about the whole situation is that was like a lack of acknowledgement that
Mm-hmm.
not the best environment. Like, I
The
get that you
noise.
can't really say a lot of things because they will completely put words in your mouth with the Hornet situation. But
Mm-hmm.
in general, it's a really big, even the worst of rumors, it's really big possibilities that that happens on a freaking daily, just no one knows about it. And there's like, oh no, but we're so good and we have everything in place. Like, no. There's, the worst things we don't even know about. That's just facts. It's in
No,
Formula One. I don't know about the things. I was like, what?
exactly. Like,
And like you said, why would they care? They're 20 of the most privileged people.
they are rich. Most of them live either in Monaco or Switzerland because money. Um, they are white, cishet males, as I said before, at least for as far as we know, most of them. Um, I had something else. I forgot. I mean, they're tied to media and PR and teams. They don't have the ability to say everything they want. We've seen that before with Lewis. He was almost silenced, basically, to say what he wanted. Same with Seb and Mick and Lewis with, I think it was one of the Middle Eastern races where they were not allowed to wear their pride helmets, because they were silenced in that way. So people don't realize that yes, it's a sport, but all in all, it's a business. And they want
Exactly.
to
That's
make
always
money,
what I say. Yeah.
and relatively in numbers, the men are still the bigger income. And that's the biggest issue. But people seem to forget because it's the women and the younger fans that we hear a lot of online on social media. That's what we see because of the algorithm. And people often don't realize that. I have the feeling of that, at least.
Yeah. But to be fair, I was still kind of happy that people made noise about it. Like, I mean, regardless of
yeah,
what we talked
definitely.
about and that it didn't make too much sense from a business side, I still love that everyone went off. I mean, there's certain ways how to do it, but criticizing some of them, it's not like the ones that said, oh, like there's a still blah, blah, blah. Like actually criticizing them in like a strategic way, I still love to see that on. Like, yeah, go ahead. As long as it's like constructive, like, yes.
But like what I was seeing a lot is like, oh, I don't believe that Daniel ever could say something like that. I don't believe that Lando could say something like that. And I'm like, go look back at interviews from past races.
Yeah.
Look at the way they speak.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll think differently.
Yeah, and I also think that people forget, like, Lando, for example, he is a rich kid. Like, he grew up with money. They forget that he has a
Oh,
different feel for the world.
let's not begin
I-
about Lando. People think he is not a Nepo baby,
Well, he is one, and
but
the big one.
he is almost as big a Nepo baby as Lance Stroll is.
Oh, yes.
But at least Lance has a nicer personality, relatively.
For sure. And a bit more outside of like at least he does something with not like just
Exactly.
that he's money. At least he has stuff going on and has fun with stuff. And actually, you know how, for example, now Team Quadrant athletes, I don't know if you've seen that, like they actually sponsor other athletes now. Like at
Yeah,
least something. I mean, it's his
but
name and
like
not like his
the thing,
brain, but at least he's doing something.
I mean, the thing with Lando is he is the driver that I see put on a pedestal most of all drivers. When his dad has a large amount of shares in McLaren, it's the reason why he got that McLaren seat in the first place. People don't realize that. That's why Stoffel got kicked out and booted. At least one of the reasons. Throughout karting and everything, he was one of the rich kids. Yes, Lance
Both
also
of
is
them
a
were.
rich kid, but like all of them except for, if I can count on my hand, uh, Esteban Ocon, Lewis Hamilton, oh yeah, that's all. Those. Oh wait, no, Charles also, because yes, Charles grew up in Monaco, but that's
But
because he
that's,
is
yeah.
Monegasque. His brother literally had to give up his racing career for him.
What's with Valtteri? Did he grow up
I
with
don't
money? I have
know
no
with
idea.
I
Valtteri.
have no clue with Valtteri.
He's Valtteri, you know.
Maybe, yeah,
He's there. I
maybe
don't know,
he
but
is
he's
part
there.
of that club, but we don't know. We don't know a
We
lot
don't know.
about
We don't know
Valtteri,
what the
so
Finnish people are about. Yeah. No, but the thing is, that's. I mean, it's not just in motorsport like that.
no.
With
No, it's
musicians or
everywhere.
like actors, if there's a little bit of curls and a bit more cuteness, you cut them more slack, and that's just how it is. And sometimes, not concerning him in general, sometimes I think that's concerning that a lot of younger fans, not just motorsport fans in general, don't have that critical thinking when it comes to those figures because that can get
Yeah, but
concerning at some point.
I don't have that just with younger fans at this point with motorsport.
Really? Oh, okay.
I see some people like in their 20s to 30s, like that have been fan of the sport
Mm.
for a long time that are sometimes like, oh yeah, I never thought they could do that. Oh no, I never thought they were a rich kid. And I'm like, girl, they're in the most privileged position.
But I feel like
Money
we have a different
talks.
view on things because we're also more behind the scenes. Like you guys talk to so many people. I worked in motorsport, and
Yeah,
we have a different feeling of things.
but
So that's why I
even
sometimes remind myself. Some people just don't have any idea about the business side or anything. They just put the TV on and watch it, and maybe that's why they don't want to have a critical thinking because they just want to watch it.
But even before I was like doing this and was like properly looking into the behind the scenes and everything, I was like, they're rich kids. They have money. Otherwise, they never. Yes, they must have some talent, but without money, they would have never gotten as far as they did.
But that's motorsport, yeah.
That's motorsport, exactly. And I'm like, yes, on the one hand, sponsorship is also everything. Because I mean, there's some drivers that don't have as much money, but they do have great sponsorships. And they have the talent. But I mean, when I'm also looking back at like stats from other categories that they have been in, some drivers, such as Cole, they won everything up until Formula One. Formula One is the one thing they didn't win in.
Politics. It's just
I mean, it's insane sometimes, and I'm like, you were doing incredible, and then you get in a slightly different type of car, and all of a sudden, it's not there. I mean, we've seen it with drivers switching from F2 to F3 to F2, or from FRECA to F3, and it's just baffling how big of a difference there still is between the series.
that's
But
true, yeah.
there's so much going on in motorsport. There's always some kind of motorsport where your favorite drivers can end up in. I mean,
That's
we've
true.
already mentioned so many beforehand because there was IndyCar, NASCAR, MotoGP, Formula E, Formula One, Formula One Academy, Formula 2, only this weekend. Moto 3 and Moto 2 as well.
True.
And like then you've got things like Super Formula, IMSA, WEC, ELMS. There's more. I had another one. Rally, Rallycross, Extreme, so many options. There's not just one way to success.
Exactly. But I don't think anytime soon it will change, regardless of what our opinion is, that F1 is just F1 and it's up there and everything else is here, regardless of the quality of racing and the things going on. I mean, I feel like right now situations kind of bring them down because there's on-track stuff going on, off-track stuff within F1, off-track stuff with FIA involved in that. Like, I think right now it's a little tiny bit, the facade is kind of calming down, but I don't still think that will be enough. I'm still an F1 fan and I love the sport, of course. Yeah, but like you said, most people don't even open their minds to all the incredible racing that is out there, which that's why you have podcasts like this one where people know more about this. But yeah, which to be fair, I also first started just F1 and that was the only thing I watched till I started the ones. Yeah, but it's not always about racing quality.
I think it's a combination of the drivers, the teams, the quality of racing, the excitement that the racing can bring. In certain moments, the speeds, definitely, they play a part. I mean, we saw a record being broken in Formula E where a record broken that was originally from Formula One of the acceleration in 2.6 seconds. I don't remember to what speed because it was in miles. And then I looked it up in kilometers, but I don't remember exactly what it was. And then we had a woman in a Formula E car break that record. And I was like, I'm so proud, especially considering it was a Saudi Arabian woman. So it's very exciting to see like what is going on and everything in so many different types of racing. And there's so many options. There's something to watch for everyone. If you want a slightly more quiet, but still fast and exciting racing, then you can watch Formula E. If you want loud noises, lots of full tracks with a lot of cars on it, watch WEC. If you want the so-called pinnacle of motorsport, you have F1, of course. But yeah, it's insane how much has been going on and how much is going on still. But yeah, I guess we have to wait and see where it goes in the future.
That's true.
I'm quickly looking up what the benchmark was, because now I want to know. Let's see. Because it went from like 2.6 or 2.7 seconds to 2.49, I believe. So it's an acceleration benchmark by Reem Al Aboud, the pioneering Saudi Arabian female racing driving in the Formula E Gen Beta car. So it's from 0 to 100 kilometers in 2.49 seconds, and the current benchmark that was set by current Formula 1 machinery is 2.6 seconds. So that's like a 0.1 second quicker, which is insane, by a woman in a Formula E car. But I was very excited because it was around International Women's Day that it got out.
Yeah.
But yeah, what are you up to with motorsport nowadays?
Me? Well, full time, I honestly don't have any interest to work in the sport because I mean UK just changed right now their visa regulations, so
Mm-hmm.
not gonna bother with this. And I mean, like I said in some of my videos, the German motorsport environment is not where I want to be. I don't know how it is in the Netherlands or somewhere, but especially, I mean, I know the UK isn't perfect, but I was a lot involved with organizations in the UK, and they
Mm-hmm.
do a lot of things for a lot of minorities, and there's like policy changes within the whole like motorsport UK. And in Germany, like
Mm-hmm.
no one, even if you would hear something like women or like minorities, they would be like la 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 la. It's like not right now. So that's my standpoint right now. I can't. It was stressful when I did it first. So you know, in a few
Mm-hmm.
years maybe back again. I mean, I still do some motorsport stuff on the side. In GT3 racing, like 24 Hours of Nürburgring, a little bit of the World Endurance Championship, and then the World Endurance Championship stuff like that. So I'm not gone, but like full time, the environment is so messed up right now. I don't want any
Mm-hmm.
part of it at all. Like, thank you.
Yeah, that's very fair. Both the environment and the workload is the reason why I don't want to do anything in motorsport besides what I'm doing now by highlighting
Yeah.
the other
Yeah, and I feel like
possible
I feel
jobs.
like Formula E is a bit different, a bit more positive. I've
Mm-hmm.
seen a lot of things there, but again, a lot of it is agency based, and agency work is like it's not a motorsport problem, it's an agency problem. So, but that's why I feel like I have a really positive feeling still about the Formula E environment from what I've
Mm-hmm.
heard from people working there. So it's not just motorsport in general that's messed up. So there's still like really positive parts, for
No,
sure.
but once again, Formula E is mainly located in the UK, or like the business itself is mainly
Yeah,
located in the
exactly.
UK. Insane. But
Like
yeah,
everything.
it's it's motorsport, I guess.
Mm.
The way it's the way we have to live with it. But I guess coming, I remember something from the conversation from earlier. I was like, it's good to have your favorite drivers and your favorite teams and favorite types of motorsport, while still being able to point out um, things in a way of constructive criticism.
Mhm.
Because in my opinion, that's the best way to enjoy a sport while still seeing space for improvement. I also
That's
just
why.
saw something on
Yeah.
my page that I forgot to mention.
Yeah.
Massa has finally filed the lawsuit against
No.
F1, the FIA, and Bernie Ecclestone after 16 years.
Is that still a thing? Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Okay.
It
At
it
least
was
we're coming
released
up with
today. It was
lawsuit.
released today that he has actually filed the lawsuit.
Lord, like,
He is seeking up to 82 million in damages, which includes the prize money he lost and other potential deals he would have obtained as an F1 champion.
all right. Let's see how that goes then.
It's been 16 years. I think he said, I did my waiting. 16 years of it.
I mean,
Without
to be
a
fair,
championship.
crazier things people sue for, so let's see.
Yeah, but I mean, 16 years after losing the championship, all because of what happened with Max and Lewis.
Yeah, I mean, watch Lewis in 16 years, like,
Suing Ferrari for emotional damages.
or that, yeah. Oh,
Sorry, that was
that would be
a little too easy because look at Ferrari.
Oh yes.
totally, yeah,
At
I
least
completely agree.
they're still better than Alpine at the moment.
Like, what the heck is that?
I don't
Just
know, and
changing,
I'm an Alpine
changing
fan.
your leadership
Well,
and
I'm a Pierre
changing
fan,
and
but
changing.
I don't
I
know
mean,
what.
honestly, I was just in the process with them when the first wave of changing and firing everything happened. So internally nothing worked out, and that's why my whole process was like 6 months. So I was like, and you guys still haven't gotten your together? Like all the freaking athletes that now invested in them, they're all like, frick did we do? Like, wait, what? I don't even know, honestly.
Yeah, it's
No,
insane,
but
honestly.
yeah, but trouble at the top, and now it's just not working. That's the problem. Like if the top is like good and not drama, then everything can go as planned. But now that doesn't work. Oh, that person is going and that person is going, and then it's like, okay, and now?
Yeah, I was like, what is going on? Because
I really hope they get their stuff together really soon
Oh
because that
yes.
would be if they wouldn't be anywhere in the middle field, that would be not too exciting because they still have some surprises in them. So I really hope we can see them
I mean
improve with all the employee changes.
they have strong drivers. They just have a shit box.
Exactly, yeah.
I mean,
And
they're
I think
both
internally there's a lot of things not going right, so they have to like get that in place.
they're both race winning drivers for a reason. Both times in shit boxes. I mean, AlphaTauri in 2020, and Alpine in 2021. Like, I'm sorry, but those cars are shit boxes. If you can drag those to race wins, and then last year they got 2 podiums and a P3 in a sprint race. Even that car was bad. So it's not the drivers that are bad. It's the car that is
Yeah, 100%.
breaking down on them. Because honestly, same. I also would break down if I was driving for that.
I feel like they will improve a little, like they will sort some stuff out. Like they won't be fighting with Red Bull anytime soon, but I think we will see improvement over the season, car
I
wise.
hope so. Otherwise, I'm gonna cry. But it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be interesting. And I guess we just have to wait and see what is gonna go
Yeah,
happen with the rest of the season. I mean, 24 races. We have a long time to go still.
that's true.
How many sprint races do we have this year? Has it even been confirmed yet where the sprint races are?
Yes, it has been confirmed. I just don't know the answer, but yes, it has been confirmed.
Because I don't remember seeing anything
Yeah,
about
I
it.
think
Oh,
it was
while
confirmed,
back.
but as you know, it's then a lot going on and then you forget.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it's also F1, and my brain has not been with F1 as much
that's
Yeah.
fair. Yeah.
because F1 just has been a lot less exciting relatively to other motorsport, in my opinion, personally. But a lot has been going on. I honestly don't know anymore. But yeah,
We will see.
we will see. Are you attending any races this year?
Working, yes. Other than that, I don't have really an interest, no. I mean,
Fair.
F1, so expensive,
Yeah.
freaking hell. And then for the other races, just because I'm right now like doing all these things, it's really hard to plan. So I think in a few years or like next year, I want to
Mhm.
plan, especially like Formula E again. But right now, it's just so hard to plan, and I don't want to waste money if I can't plan it. But yeah, just working this year. What
Fair.
about you guys? Oh yeah, FE, right? Monaco?
We're
Didn't you say that?
Monaco from Berlin and London. So that's for just
Ooh, is that
FE.
the finale again?
What? Sorry,
Is
you cut out.
London the finale again?
Yeah,
Yes.
Is
it's exciting. And then we're also looking to go to the ELMS race in Spa,
nice, yeah.
because we don't live that far away from Spa, and
That's
it's
Yes,
really
relative.
cool.
and I'm also going to the 24 hours of Spa.
Nice. Ooh, it's gonna be exciting. I
And
always see all the videos.
I'm looking into going to the Nürburgring for at least one race, possibly,
Yes,
hopefully.
that's
But
exciting. Yeah, for sure. Just a
we
whole
would,
new experience. Just push it a bit more towards the summer because it's the first few races are still you don't even know if there's
yeah,
snow or not.
I don't know yet what race I'm gonna go to if I go,
But
because
I feel like money wise, it's really nice what you get for the value. So 100% if you get the opportunity and have time.
yeah, I wanted to do the 24 hours, but I'm not sure if I can. So I'm just waiting and
It
seeing
is
to
a
see
lot from a
like
fan side, I have to say. Yeah, so
what is going on and
amazing,
when
but a
everything
lot.
is going on.
Yeah. Yeah,
Because
that's the same with me. It's just always
I was also looking at DTM, but I'm not too sure if I can that weekend.
yeah. The race calendar is also a bit boring. I was like, ugh. I mean, I get it. It's all just basically here. I mean, there's some other ones like, what do I want at like the Sachsen Ring? Not nothing against the Sachsen Ring. It was like it's not worth my travel. No.
I mean, I remember. So my first time DTM was in Spa. I waved at you there with the. I remember because you were above like where the garage of
It's
AF
fast.
course
Oh
was,
yeah, yeah.
and we were with like giant balloons, and I remember waving at someone, and I was
Oh
like, I recognize that person.
yes.
So I was like, I remember that's like one of the things that I remember from that weekend, also because it was like right before or right after we met Nick Cassidy for the first time.
Mm.
So that was very fun. And then the year afterwards, I was like, if they are going to Spa again, I want to go again. And then they did not go to Spa. And then
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm not
Well,
going again.
yeah. No,
Because
last year I only like as a yeah.
I don't like Sandford as a track, but also as a way to get there. Um, and the others were at times that I couldn't go
Yeah.
or
No,
were
I
too
went
far.
to Zandvoort because I wanted to go to the track, just in general, because I've never been to the track. That's why last year was like, okay, I get the ticket for free. I can just go. It was
Hmm.
fun. It was I know what you're saying, but I just wanted to experience this one time, and DTM is a cheap way to experience it.
Exactly. I mean, I've experienced Zandvoort now, and no thanks. I don't
Okay.
want to go back. I was there at the F1 weekend on Thursday and Friday, but Zandvoort is
Oof,
not my place.
that's okay.
Like, sometimes I feel like I'm not even Dutch, but that's a whole different story.
I
I
still really
mean,
like, yeah.
I have to say, sometimes I'm like, I'm not really Dutch. I sometimes despise the Dutch things. I'm like, nah, just don't be like that, please.
Exactly.
What do you guys think about Assen then?
I've never been there,
Same.
Me neither. I have no idea.
so I don't know. I was
Okay, so
supposed to
Spa
go,
it is.
but Spa and Zolder. Zolder is
Ooh,
only
yeah.
30 minutes away from where we live. A little longer for Jamie, but still about the same time. I drove past it this weekend and I was like, maybe I should just go. But
Yeah.
no, I did not end up going because it was like 1 a.m. when I was driving
Yeah.
home.
Fair, fair.
But if I could, I would definitely. So I'm looking into going possibly to more races locally than
That's
further
fun.
away.
Oh, true. I totally forgot. No, I'm actually going as a fan to races, but like no big races, but like smaller series in the UK because I have some friends there. What is
Mhm.
this track? It's like Anglis, like something. It's like the one in Wales, where it's like basically by the coast and the water, and you're like, what is it
Oh,
called? I forgot what it. I always see the people there say, why would you go there? You get like the freaking seawater in your face, basically. But it looks so cool. Like, is it like called that? I'm bad with racetracks that are not popular. Like,
uh, oh, what's it called? Anglesey? Anglesey?
yeah, that one. Yes, yes, yes.
I just went to Google it, and that's the
That's
first one
basically
that came
like,
up.
oh yeah, there you go. It's like a
Because my
little bit,
brain was like Ainsley, but that's not an. I know it's a place, but I believe it's not a track. So it's like
yeah,
I'm not sure,
no,
you
that
know.
one. And I mean, it doesn't count, but also Goodwood is on my list. Festival of Speed. I mean, there's multiple Goodwood things. Festival of Speed, yeah.
Yeah, I want to go
School.
to the Goodwood revival at some point, but currently not
Yeah,
yet, because
yeah.
money. And
Yeah,
usually
no, the
it's
Festival of Speed I did one time as a fan, and now because I know people there. But the revival, oh my God, that's on top of my list. But same reason as you, yeah.
it's it's just expensive to go there, to go to the UK in the first place, and then
UK and motorsport, I mean, they have everything, but they also charge everything. Like, what's up with them? It's like, okay.
it's the reason why I'd rather go to like smaller racing
Mhm.
series that's less known. Like yes, Formula E is pretty well known, but we paid 45 euros for a ticket to Monaco,
Exactly. Yeah.
and we get to meet the drivers. A win is a win.
But the thing is, it still works right now for F1. That's why they're not changing. And maybe at some point it won't. So we can't blame them as long as they still make the money of it
I
because
mean,
that's just how the business
that's
concept is. I mean, I'm still blaming them, but you know what I mean.
that's why I said like their biggest demographic is men, white men with money. And you see that in the way they treat people. Also, I remember like in the interview with James Fowles where he was like something should change. There is changes happening because like 10 years ago the teams would be like for 30 or 40-year-old white men, and a lot of that is already changing. But like there's still a long way to go. And I
For
think
sure.
Formula E is doing an incredible job with that, with their Girls on Track initiative. They originally did it to like half of the races. At this year, they said like we're doing it for all of the races, and they're not showing just the karting, but they're showing the different STEM subjects and really working to motivate women to also go into STEM, not just in motorsport, but in any type where it's possible for them to go, which is incredible. And I'm very happy that Formula E is doing that. Guess
100%.
that's also what I saw. Like Formula E was showing, many of the Formula E teams were showing the different women that are working in that team. And compared to F1 teams, Formula E teams are a lot smaller. So the amount of women that most of the teams have is honestly incredible. I especially was baffled with the Jaguar TCS Racing video because of the amount of women that there were and the amount of different roles that they all had. Like there were engineers and strategists and of course PR and other and team managers and a little bit of everything, which was just what we are also trying to show with the podcast, you know, that there's not
Oh, yeah.
just one way or one route into the same thing. So I was happy to see Formula E also doing that.
No, they're great with that for sure. It's not all motorsport. There's some light at the end of the tunnel.
Exactly. There's ways that we can still be seen and be heard and be proud to be heard. I mean, with the Girls on Track initiative, they've changed from the super fans giving out a trophy to in the Girls on Track program to giving out winners' trophies,
That's great, yeah.
which is awesome. And oh, I love it. I just saw a tweet. Brazil has capybara, and for this week they have Formula E drivers. And in my honest opinion, I think they should be allowed to meet each other. To be fair, this is a capybara lover. This is a capybara lover, but I'm like, it's the most random thing that you could put together. Capybaras and Formula E drivers.
Oh, yes.
I mean, you can also put them together with food, and then Robin Freins will devour most of it. But hey, it's FE drivers. Chaos is their second name.
Oh, yes.
For all of them. But yeah. What are you most looking forward to this season? In any type of motorsport?
F1 Academy, honestly. I don't really care about the other ones at the moment too much. That's why I'm like, F1 Academy I can still get a bit excited about, but I'm like a bit like, whew, about motorsport right now.
Fair.
But to see also how it develops, because I mean, I feel like there were a lot of things that are really important, that it's not just words but actions, but we don't know. We don't know how long it will survive, it can sustain itself like this. So I'm really excited about the whole development. I'm also really excited about other, there's also, there were multiple drivers even in F1 Academy that got criticized about comments and other things they've made. So that's also kind of interesting to see how, which I like, because we're not just like, oh, it's women, we can't keep them accountable, which I like. So I think I'm just interested this whole environment, like the fan base, but also like how F1 goes hand in hand with just like the whole development of it, how it will be this season, because it's like the first season is in the F1 environment. So that I'm
Very
actually
curious.
interested in. The other one, I'm just a bit right now. I'm a bit salty.
Do you have anyone that you're supporting most in F1 Academy?
Oh, I feel like Dorian is definitely my number one, but sympathy-wise, I really like Leah, and also, I mean, Tina Hausmann, I think is also really interesting. I mean, of course, right now the results aren't quite there yet, but
I mean, they've had 2 races.
Yeah, but also they're just 10, like 5 rounds, right? Is it 5 rounds? Yeah. I feel like it. Yeah, yeah.
Let me check.
I
I've got
have
the
six.
website
feel like-
open.
I'm not sure.
Wait, so
Oh,
they
that
have
would be good.
Jeddah, Miami,
Same thing, right?
Barcelona, Zandvoort, Singapore, Lusail, and Yas Island.
Oh, way more. Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's why.
And 2 races each
No, I
weekend.
think Tina is interesting. Yeah, no, that for sure. That I know. Yeah, no, I feel like Tina. I don't know why, but since she was announced, I thought it's so interesting to follow her pre-season preparations. That's why I don't know. Those 3 people were like on my list. I mean, all of the other ones are super interesting as well, and there's a lot of interesting people. But for some reason, those were really interesting to me. Yeah.
For me, it was Emily de Heus, Maya Wouk, Dorian Pa, of course, and also Houseman, but also the Alkabashi sisters and Abby Pulling, because Abby is combining it with British S4, I believe. So
Okay.
I'm very curious to see like if any experience that she's picking up from there will be transferable to F1 Academy. And
I mean, she's
just
already on top there. Like, she's an amazing driver. Yeah.
yeah, she's
That's exciting.
incredible. But also, of course, for some of them it's their first year. For some of them it's their second year. So
Yeah.
I'm very curious to see how that will
Yeah, and
go.
they have the 2-year cap now. Like, you can't do more
Yeah.
than 2 years, which I think is important, and which W Series didn't get quite right. So that's a
No, but
thing.
with W Series, what they also did not get right compared to other series is that if you win the series, you have to leave the series.
Yeah, exactly.
I think if they had done that from the start, the series would have been picked up in a different light. But because it was constantly Jamie Chadwick
Yeah.
winning, it got very boring, at least to me.
Yeah, but at
Um,
least she got her way somehow. So it supported her. But yeah, I
exactly.
completely agree from the side from you. Yeah.
But like, I mean, the host, the Alkabashi sisters, Pulling, Bustamante, and I think Edgar, definitely. And then Marty,
Yeah.
they are in their second year. So that's like at least 8 or 9 people that we see disappear from the grid next year.
But that's okay because I was so excited about all the
Yeah.
new names. Like, the names you already know, but not in the single seater content, but all the completely new names you didn't really realize that were drivers. It's like, I love that. I'm here for it.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm very curious to see like how it will go, but I'm very happy that F1 Academy is choosing to also support their drivers for at least the first year after they've
Exactly. Yeah.
scored very well, especially to support them and sponsor them for any of the categories that they want to race in. Because I remember Marta Garcia is now in Freca because of the F1 Academy sponsorship. But if there
Yeah.
was a driver that would want to go into rally or rally cross, or would want to go into, for example, endurance racing, F1 Academy would support them still as well because
Yeah.
they said they were going to support in any of the categories that they want to go to, which is,
Which is really amazing. Yeah.
I think it's the better way to choose to do it. And it's just a good way to show like it's putting in the effort to support them to the next steps and not just giving away to drive and then not
Yeah.
do more for it.
100%.
So I'm very curious. And I also like that they put an age limit on it
Yeah.
and
100%.
doing the karting thing as well. So I'm very curious to see where it will go next year. But guess we have to wait and see. But I'm also
Exactly.
happy that Susie Wolf is the CEO.
It's so crucial. Yeah, that was such a big thing. And it drove in some of the money, 100%. Her connections, her know-how, and that's just amazing. And someone that's credible, not just because she's a woman, has a proven track record. I mean, of course, people are still hating because they have no freaking idea. But it's like she was the only choice to let's be real, like the only
Yeah.
choice.
She has literally driven single-seater cars herself. She was one of the last to drive single-seater F1 cars as a woman. I mean, we've had Tatiana Calderon and Jessica Hawkins in the meantime, but I cannot think of any other name that was in between there with the experience of having driven in a Formula One car.
Yeah.
And of course, she has the experience as a team principal at Rocket Venturi in Formula E, which, in my opinion, I think it's very good that she has that experience because she knows how to lead while still having that real knowledge, which I feel sometimes lacks with the F1 team principals. But that's just my opinion. But I was also very happy to see Lewis underneath the podium this weekend with the F1
Yeah.
Academy. Out of all of the drivers, he was the only one there.
The first race. The second, some got the social media message that they kind of screwed up.
Yeah. I didn't see them though at the
There
podium.
was who was at the second podium. There were at least pictures afterwards. AI generated.
I saw Lewis at the podium after second race,
Yeah, that
but
was
no
the
one
first
else.
race. He was the only one. In the second race, there were some pictures with Daniel was there, and I don't know who else, but felt like damage control, to be honest. I don't
Most
know. I don't care.
likely, because I didn't actually see him on the broadcast. I did see Lewis on the broadcast, but any of the other drivers I did not actually see on the broadcast. So,
And I mean, Lewis
don't
is
know.
the only one that's actually regularly coming to the paddock
Yeah,
because of him, not because someone tells him to, which is great. But again, different kind of personality, and
it's
yeah.
a
Not to
different.
criticize the other one because I was like, if you don't actually stand behind it, I don't even need anyone there, to be honest. Like, whatever, just do your own thing. I'm not bitter about that. I mean, of course, it would help with outside perspectives, but honestly, just do your own thing if you don't really be bothered.
Yeah,
like,
I definitely think like if you're gonna make time for it, actually believe in it. And with Lewis,
exactly,
that's definitely the case.
100%. Yeah,
But like at least invest some time to get read up on it
yeah,
or
100%.
briefs on it. And I feel like that's not even the case with some of them. But to be fair, from talking to Ash Vandelay, they have like their schedules stepped out to the second.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Then you're going to eat, then you're going to do that, then you're going to that, then you're going to that.
yeah,
So I'm
that's what
like,
I mean. I'm not blaming them in that sense.
it's not fully
because
their fault because of how
exactly,
busy the weekends get. But on the other
yeah.
hand, I'm like, maybe if the teams make a little bit of time for that, there is more possibility. Because otherwise, how can Lewis do it but no one else can?
But Lewis is Lewis. He makes his own rules. But yeah, no, 100%. I feel
No,
like
but still.
I was impressed that some of them were more present at car launches, like some of the F1 Academy driver, which was really great and also featured more on social media, at least in the beginning before the races. So that was some positive beginning of the whole
And
thing. Not all of them, but
I
some of them was like,
mean, I've seen the video where Hamda Al-Kabeishi was
yeah,
actually teaching Max and Checo Arabic terms for racing terms, and I was like, at least they're trying, at least they're putting in some effort. And I believe
yeah,
Leah and Aurelia were invited in the F2 paddock to look around at the cars there and ask their questions. there and stuff
cool.
like that. And I think I saw at least Abby pulling in the garages with, or at least with the broadcast of the F1 interview post race.
Mhm.
Chloe Chambers and Abby Pulling were invited, and Jack Doohan actually got asked a question to them. I don't remember exactly what the question was like, but I remember Abby saying something like, "We already spoke about this." So they do try to pull the drivers in more
Mm.
and make them included and have them in the briefings with the F1 drivers and stuff like that to help teach them things as well, which is honestly good. Good that they're doing that.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see how it will evolve during the rest of the season, but we're gonna have to wait
Kind
at
of.
least like 2 months almost for the next
Yeah.
race since it's the weekend of Miami.
Miami. Yeah.
I do like that most of the races are not the typical single-seater races that they
Yeah.
add the feeder series to. So
I
that
agree.
does
Yeah.
bring some
I think it's a very
excitement.
good. Yeah.
But
100%.
yeah. Do you have any more questions for us?
Hmm. Not at the moment. I feel like there's so many question marks in motorsport right now where you have to wait and see, which annoying, but yeah. I'm
Yeah.
excited for some of the other racing series to start, so that's
Mm-hmm.
also gonna be really cool to shake things up.
Very curious to see how it will all go. 'Cause it's so much in so little time.
It's true.
So much happening at the same time as well.
That's good. A lot
Yes.
of content for us to consume, so it's
Yeah,
okay.
but at some point I'm like, is it not too much?
Yeah, but somehow they have to coordinate themselves and all the dates and the countries which during what month they can race in because of weather and stuff. So
Yeah, but with F1 especially, I'm like 18 to maybe at most 20 races is perfect.
yeah, that's a whole nother story.
For the fans, but also for the team personnel, especially.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
yeah, Jamie wanted to say something.
No, I was just like zoning out, and then I don't know why.
I mean, I thought you wanted to say something, but
No,
certainly not. Yeah, it is also fair.
I mean, like the funniest thing with Lewis is that, like, for some people, Lewis can't do something great. It's always it's PR, it's PR. So even if it's PR,
It's better
that
PR
doesn't.
than whatever the other drivers were doing.
Yes, like I
Exactly.
was like. Also, because I saw the pictures for Lewis and I saw someone reacting, oh, it's PR. Of course, it's fucking PR. Like, come on. But also, it's
Yeah.
good PR. Like, who cares?
And also, Lewis was the only one that visited the F1 Academy last year in Austin.
Yeah, I know.
So
Mm.
I'm like, I don't care if
People
it's
will always
PR.
find things to criticize, so
He is the only one who is actually showing with actions that he cares.
mm.
How much of it is true, we don't know. But
Yeah, I mean, I don't care. If it's just for PR, it's fine. Like,
Mm.
even it doesn't matter if it's PR or it isn't. It's good for F1 Academy. People forget that. And I don't know who was saying that, and it was like, how much Lewis does outside of F1. Like, it's not only motorsport. I think people also forget that.
I mean,
But
I
yeah.
remember that Lewis actually bought like a whole table with the Met Gala
Oh
to put
yes.
black designers.
Mhm.
Lewis is the only one who would do that. He was the one who picked up the entire bill of the Seb goodbye party dinner.
Mhm.
And I'm like, they're all earning enough. He's the one who
Yeah.
does it. show something. Show like some good personality, please.
Oh yes.
Get that you're
To be
busy,
fair, I
but
would
like,
not pay for all of them. I would not have done that. The Met Gala thing is one thing, but
I
the
mean, with the amount of money that they make,
I know.
if
yeah,
I
but
had that money, I would.
I would pay for Seb.
I mean, it depends on how the dinner went, but I
Yeah,
probably would.
that's yeah, I would do the same. Like then it's taken care of. Then you don't have to
Yeah.
think like,
Mhm.
well, you need to pay and you need to pay.
Oh, that's gonna be a thing in Monaco.
Yes, I know. There are 20
We're
people.
going out to
Yes,
dinner with
please.
20 people.
Let us know about it.
We'll we'll see how that will go.
Oh yes.
Because 20 people, one dinner reservation. Um
That will be a story for sure.
oh, it will be. That whole weekend will be
Oh yes. You're also going out, so
to Jimmy's. We don't know exactly how or what, but we're going out. That
yeah.
much we do know.
That
But
no, I'm
yeah,
actually looking forward to hearing about that. No.
then you have to wait a little bit longer
I
at the
know,
end
it's
of the month.
okay.
At the end
Like
of
we
next month.
established, there's so much else going on. I won't get bored.
Exactly. In the meantime, we'll have other episodes that are coming out. So I guess we'll have to wait and see where it all goes. But yeah, I can't think of anything else to say to talk about because we talked about a lot. We, of course, it's the second episode together. Have you decided on making a podcast yourself?
Sorry?
Have you decided on making the F1 Academy podcast
Oh yeah,
yourself?
I'm just waiting for my co-host because she's between bachelor thesis and moving. So the whole concept is there, but it's always fun to do it together. So it's like there's no
Yeah.
stress to do it. Everything stands. Just need the time, the magic time, you know.
Yeah. Sometimes we just gotta you just gotta make the time, you know? That's what we did.
Yeah.
And now we have been
But I feel like if
recording
you not
almost
even have a
every week.
room right now where you can set up because you're moving in between cities,
Yeah,
that's okay.
then
Yeah.
you have to wait a little bit indeed. Because having
No
a room
stress.
and having a way to record is the important
Minimum.
part.
But yeah, no. I'll let you guys know. Will be super fun, but don't want to make it a stressful thing, just a fun thing.
Definitely
So,
don't. You gotta keep the joy in it.
yeah. Exactly.
But yeah. I mean, I can't think of anything else. I just thought of that while I was thinking I was like there was something else that I wanted to talk and then I was like, oh yeah, podcast.
Yeah, no, I think our brains are all a bit motorsport exhausted from everything, so I think it
Oh
was a
yes.
Oh, IMSA is also this weekend, by the way.
good.
Yes.
Don't know where, but
Let's
it is happening.
won't get
But
bored.
yeah, it's exciting. Oh, and the Uspensky has a new
Oh yeah.
deputy team principal and team president.
I didn't even know that they were searching for one.
Same. At this point, I don't
Like
know what's going on in the
like
Uspensky.
instead I was thinking that Maserati would announce something about that.
Yeah, they're still principalless.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so strange. And then Harry? I think his name is Harry.
The
The
one
other
that went
guy.
to Alpine,
Yes.
Harry Richards.
Yes. He left also like all of a sudden. I was like, what is going on there?
He was probably already in the process of leaving.
Yeah, probably. But I was like, okay, so we have
But
changed
he
the
goes
left.
from one team in shambles to another team in shambles.
Yeah, for real. No, but I was like, I saw it. I was like, maybe Maserati should try to find someone. I'm still not sure if person who is doing this now is going to do this full time.
Yeah. It's chaos. It's motorsports.
I know, because I remember
it's
that
question marks.
like James left so all of a sudden. And like
Yeah.
strangely, like his bio was the whole conversation about him leaving or not.
Yeah, I really don't know what was going on there.
At least he
But
has a job.
at least he has a job. That's more than some people can say.
That's true. And
I guess we
I
have to wait
also
and see.
remembered that it was before testing, and the week before that, he still had an interview with James, and then he just disappeared, and they didn't comment. I was like, okay.
Poof, he's gone.
No,
But I guess we have to wait and see what will happen there.
or it stays. I don't know even. Or it's so bad. I don't even know the name from the guy who took over.
I wouldn't be able to tell you either. So
But-
much going on there, so many changes, so many teams, so many people.
I mean, Jaron is doing well. So
Exactly.
for his rookie season,
And Maximilian is doing well as well.
yeah, that's true. But I mean, for a rookie who's going into a team who is actually in shambles, as you said.
Yeah, but to be fair, there's not another rookie he can be compared to at the
Oh,
moment.
that's true. I didn't think about that.
Everyone else stayed on the grid. If not in the
Yeah.
same team, in a different team.
I
Most of
totally
them.
forgot about that. But still, he's still doing
Also,
great.
a happy note, the cast chats of the Monday Night cast chats from Nick Cassidy are coming back.
Okay.
He just
Did he-
doesn't know yet when.
Oh, he posted that. Where? and
No,
when?
he didn't. He said I asked him that through DMs.
Oh. I was like, I did miss something. But yes, I was thinking like last week I was thinking like how he said he was doing this every week and then
Yeah, but it's a man.
okay.
There's not much going on in their brains. There's a reason why people say, oh yeah, when we put women into the team, everything became so much clearer, brighter, and more organized.
Okay, that's
But
true.
that's for another
But that's
time.
good to know because we have Nick Cassidy fans who are listening. So
True.
they know
I
before
was
the
a
rest
cast for
knows.
some of them.
Oh,
Really.
yes.
But
No,
yeah.
but I don't think I have something to talk about. Did I see something? No.
Well, it's race week again. That's the important thing.
Oh yes.
But yeah. I would say finish up.
Yes, I was. I saw the picture of the car from the Iron Dames, but then I was like, oh, it's like from 5 days ago from the EMS.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh no, this is not from today. But we are coming to an end of this episode. For our listeners, if you didn't follow us already, in the description of today's episode, you will find the Linktree link with all of socials and the WhatsApp groups to the European races and to the community WhatsApp group. And Mona, we want to thank you for joining us today. And again, to our listeners, thank you for listening, and we will see you next week.
Yes. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
You want me to take you back?